Good morning, good day, good night, good everything. This is Rhetorical Arts. And I want to talk a little bit more about something I mentioned yesterday. I was talking about 3 states of creating: the here state, the there state, and the elsewhere state. And that these are states that you can create art in and out of, and that you could also create a way of life out of. And understanding which state you're using for whatever it is that you're pursuing. So I talked a little bit about that yesterday. Today, I want to expand on one of those 3. Which is the here state. And the here state, for a quick review, is just like basically creating out of a state of where you are to where you are, and creating at the moments that you come to and the moments that stick with you. And I think part of how I have experienced that is just creating out of everyday things and finding the epic in the everyday. As a poet, as a storyteller, as a just writer creatively, a rapper, I'm constantly paying attention to the conversations that I'm having with myself, that I'm having with other people, and that are just happening around me. And if you pay attention to those things, you can find creative moments out of the mouths of everyone who speaks. And so, but you have to be in the moment for that. You have to be here. You got to be kind of where you are. And when you do, all kinds of sayings, all kinds of words will spring to mind in the way that I'm walking through these sprinklers and they're springing out at me. This is how creativity can work when you're in the here state. Things spring out right before you, but you just have to be willing to hear them by being here to do so. It's about, the here state is really about creating something epic out of everyday moments. I imagine it in terms of dancers creating dance steps out of daily movements. So when you're walking, you trip, and you're about to fall down, but you catch yourself somehow. Like, that's like a daily movement. That's something that happens that you can take and move into a dance step easily. And there are plenty of those types of things that if you pay attention, there are all kinds of movements like that occur. And you're able to eventually incorporate these different movements into a choreography. And I think I'd very much do that as a poet. And with poetry, there are things that people just say, and they don't even see that, they might say them every day, or they might show up one day and they don't realize how epic they are. And I think the job of someone who's into poetry or lyrics or words, who's using that for artistry, is about being able to put an angle on those words that are said every day. And to show just the elegance and the epicness and how awesome those things can be. And so I think this is about the here state. It's being open and being here enough that when you hear something that is said or something that is read, you can then read into that and breathe into that a whole new way of seeing it and a whole new angle of seeing it and a whole new life. As to how that can live lyrically. And every day there are people who say things that are prolific, and it's about finding that prolificness, putting it on the page, or putting it on the stage. And it's a celebration of life in the here state. When you are in the here state, it is such a celebration of the moment, of just moments of living. Even sad moments can be celebrated. Even moments of struggle can be celebrated. But you just have to be present enough with them in order to perceive them, and then to produce them outwardly. I think that is a really powerful state to create out of. And it's one I've created out of for years. The here state has really helped me to improve and grow in my artistry, but it's also just helped me to improve in my life. And I think that's the beautiful thing about the here, and here. That when you say here, you could also be saying two different things. And I think the two things come together. In a sense that in order to really hear those types of moments, those daily things that are said that are actually golden, you have to be here for it. You have to be present enough to receive it and perceive it. So that is how the here state kind of resonates with me and how it's resonated forever. So much of the poetry that I've put together, the raps that I've written, the stories I've told, have unfolded from information and material that other people have mentioned, that I've just been present enough to be able to pick up on. Yeah, one thing that I've wanted to do for a long time, and I've had moments where I've been at certain places for hours and it's just been a beautiful thing, is but yeah, I want to go to a coffee shop or a place like that from when they open to when they close, and just be there to observe all the conversations that happen, observe things that people say in the moment, observe just because I believe that we are all creators and that we're all artists, and that we all have things that that we say and that we do and that we bring to the world that are worth something. And it's about being willing to hear them and take them in and take them down on paper, or just at the very least within our own minds. So I think the here state of mind is a beautiful way of engaging your art, but just engaging life, to engage life, man, to be able to see the signs that show up in the things that people say. We're all sending signals out to each other, and we're sending signals that can really help us out, that can really save us time if we're just to pay attention to them. So yeah, I think getting inspiration in the here state is about picking up the signals from the things that are said everywhere that you are and all around you. So that's the here state to me, and yeah, I hope that that might add some value to you creatively, as it's has added value in my life. So alrighty, curious to see what you guys think, and yeah, thanks for listening. I will be offering another video that will be coming out the following day on the there state. So see you there.